the final salary that you might get after clearing your shipping exam license are Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be talking about Tolani Maritime Institute. We will talk about the fees, the placements, the campus life, how do you get the admission in Tolani Maritime Institute, and how are my personal experiences as a student of TMI. So stay tuned. The first thing that we will talk about are the admissions. How do you get admission in Tolani Maritime Institute? Tolani conducts mainly two courses that are BTech in Marine Engineering and BSc in Nautical Sciences. There are also one-year DNS programs and E2 programs conducted by TMI. But if you want to get selected in Marine Engineering or in the Nautical Science courses, you have to be a PCM student in your 10 plus 2 with minimum 60% marks. Yes, and all of those who have less than PCM, I am sorry to say, but you are not eligible to fill the form of TMI. If you are appearing for IMU CET for your exams for sponsorship in the shipping companies or in some other academic institutions, you still have to fill the form of TMI. Interviews are conducted on the same day on which the TMI SAT is held. The test comprises of 90 minutes, out of which you have to answer objective type questions in these 90 minutes related to maths and physics, and then you have a 30-minute behavioral test which will be analyzed for your logical and reasoning skills. The syllabus for the exam are class 11th and 12th physics and mathematics. The test is objective types and it is multiple choice, and you have to select a correct answer in the computer screen itself. There is also a section of negative marking in which you will be penalized for every wrong answer. So these were the ways by which you can get means of admission in Tolani Maritime Institute. If you are focusing on getting an admission in TMI, better fill the forms right now. They have a test oncoming in April, May and June. Better give the test and see how you perform. One small point that I would also want to add to this point are the medical tests that you have to undergo after completing your exams. For both BSc, Nautical Sciences and BTech Marine Engineering, you have to go through a medical test, and in this medical test, basic tests like the eyesight test, blood test, urine test and few other medical tests are conducted by a DG certified doctor, and you have to undergo this test, and only after you pass through this test, you will be getting an admission in Tolani Maritime Institute. And one thing that people ask me a lot, that they have got their eye surgery, and it is perfectly okay to give your medical exams if you have undergone a medical surgery. The eyesight must be 6/6 after correction of the laser surgery. If that is that, then you are eligible to apply for the Tolani Maritime Institute. The next we will be talking about are the fee structures for the programs. I will be talking about two programs, that is BTech in Marine Engineering and BSc in Nautical Science. For BTech in Marine Engineering, the total course fees that comes out for a 4-year engineering is around 20,50,000. That was for the year of 2020 to 2021. And for the BSc courses, the fees is around 16,75,000 for a 3-year BSc course in Nautical Technology. On the Tolani website, you can find some banks who have an affiliation with the Tolani Maritime Institute, and you can be provided with a student loan if required. Scholarships are also provided by the Tolani Maritime Institute, and the highest scholarship that you can get is 40,000 rupees. Usually that is awarded to one person, and the top 30 or 35 students get the scholarship, the last one being 10,000 per semester. And in case you need a NEET-cum-merit scholarship, there are also provisions. There are various scholarships that you can get if you want to apply for NEET-cum-merit scholarship, provided you attach some files and documents stating your family income. Now let's talk about the Marine Engineering and Nautical Science courses. If you want to undergo a training in the engine side of the ship, you have to choose a course for the BTech in Marine Engineering. And if you want to become a navigator, then you have to choose BSc in Nautical Science. Although both courses offer the same amount of career growth and exposure, the BTech Marine Engineering is a 4-year course, while the BSc Nautical Sciences is a 3-year course. Many people ask me about how much salary will they get after they graduate from the college. And the only answer to that is, once you graduate or you are under training, you only get a stipend that can range from between $450 to $900 depending upon which company are you joining. If you are joining a bulk carrier or a container ship, your stipend will be a little bit less. But if you are joining an oil tanker or a gas tanker, your stipend will be quite high. And these stipends are not your final salary or placement packages. After you clear your shipping exams for the nautical courses and for the marine engineer, then you get your proper license, and after that your original salary begins. That salary might range from 1 lakh rupees per month to 3 lakh rupees per month depending upon the type of ship that you are doing. For containers, it might be quite less. For bulk carriers, it might be quite less. But for the tankers and for the gas carriers, the salary is quite high. So there is a variety of salary ranges for different ships. So depending upon which company you choose and where you get placement, there you will get the salary accordingly. If you are wondering if there is any difference between the salary of marine engineers and deck officers, I can assure you it is none. So even if you choose marine engineering or you choose nautical science, your salary is gonna be the same. I can also assure you that this profession is absolutely safe for girls, and Tolani Maritime Institute is also encouraging girls to take participation in the admission process, and they get a 50% tuition fee waiver for their programs if they decide to join Tolani Maritime Institute and see their career in the shipping industry. Now let's talk about the life at Tolani Maritime Institute for the hostels and for the academic areas. You have to live in a hostel whether you are a boy or a girl, although they do not have a separate hostel, but a separate wing is created for the girls. Students are not allowed to have any vehicle on board, whether it is two-wheeler or four-wheeler, although if you like, you can get a bicycle for riding in the campus. The institute offers a variety of sport facilities in the campus. We have swimming pool, basketball courts, volleyball courts, badminton courts inside the hostels. Yes, you heard that right. We have badminton and squash courts inside the hostel also. So if you are a fanatic of sports, Tolani offers an ample amount of opportunities for you to excel and show your growth in the sport facility areas also. Now coming on to the placements. Most of the world-renowned companies come to Tolani Maritime Institute for their placement processes. And if you are a student of TMI or if you know any of the alumni, you must be sure that almost a lot of people in their batch are getting placed. Placements are an ample amount in Tolani Maritime Institute. It is a well-known brand and companies like to visit and hire graduates from the Tolani Maritime Institute. I remember I was placed in my second year of BTech Marine Engineering itself, so you can guess how good are the placements in this institute. And the institute tells us that almost 90% of the students find their placements by the end of the third year. So if you are good in studies, or even if you are an average student with good amount of responsibilities held and you are excelling in sports and other fields carried out by the Tolani Maritime Institute, you can find a good placement inside the college. Shipping companies also pay you a stipend when you go for your final training. Like for the BTech Marine Engineering courses, you have to go for training in the last year of college, either in the first or in the second semester. For me, I remember Maersk was paying $450 in my fourth year second semester, and for a student like us, $450 comes out to be around 28 to 30,000 rupees if calculated at that amount of time. And it was a very good amount for a student who is just studying and you are in the last semester of your college. Getting some stipend helps you in other processes. That is, then you will take the exams for your license. This money will come in handy. So also save this money. Apart from the merchant navy field, the marine engineering students and also the nautical science courses students can also find placement opportunities in other sectors of life. Like for example, if you have done your BTech in marine engineering, you can find a job in the boiler or power plant or in other industrial operations sector. While if you have done your nautical science courses, you can find a job in the shipbroking or chartering businesses in the offshore industry itself. Now coming to my personal experience as a student of Tolani Maritime Institute. I would tell you that it is not a cakewalk. It is a time-based routine in which you have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, go through a rigorous amount of physical training, then you have to, go for your breakfast, then you have to get ready, and then you have to go to college. Then after college, you have sport facilities, then you have study hours. You also have a lot of masters, as they call, in Tolani Maritime Institute, where you are required to be in your uniforms. And just to inform you, we have uniforms for eating dinner, for going to the college, for sleeping even we have a uniform. Also for the physical training, in the morning we have to be in our PT rigs, and most of the students don that PT rig while sleeping. So in the morning, you don't have to rush around and change your clothes. The hostel provides really hygienic food for all the students studying there. And if you are a student in Tolani Maritime Institute, you must be sure that you will get a good hygienic food all over the year. Some technical festivals, freshers and other presentations are also conducted inside the Tolani Maritime Institute. We also have cultural events, trans-tech competitions and other things that will keep you motivated and bring some variety in your student life. Also, you get to learn swimming in the cold winter mornings, which will be one of the experiences that you will remember all your life. Swimming is an important point in every seafarer's life, and before you get graduated, the institute will make sure that you learn swimming quite a lot. You will be swimming in the mornings in winter times, and that will be such a funny and memorable event for you. You also take part in the cross-country events where you are required to run a marathon inside the campus, around the campus in Tolani Maritime Institute. And these are few of the experiences that you cherish once you graduate from the college and remember the good old time. The institute also offers a variety of other courses, like you get to learn welding, you get to learn about opening of different machineries, and as a student of nautical courses, you get to learn a lot about the simulators of the ship, you get to learn a lot about the shipping charts, and you have different subjects that enhance your competency as a student. And once you graduate, you will be having abundance of knowledge as a marine engineer or as a nautical science student. So here was a small review about Tolani Maritime Institute. Do you have any other questions or queries? You can comment down in the box below and I'll try to answer all of your queries. If you have any more queries, you can visit the official Tolani Maritime Institute website and you can find the links to most of the questions and answers. But you still have any questions or answers, or if you have any comments that you want to make that you cannot find on the website, feel free or follow me on Instagram, where I'll be more than happy to answer your requests. A small note from my side will be, Tolani has a rigorous routine. You have a routine from 5:30 in the morning to 10 or 11 p.m. in the night time. They train you and make you mentally and physically fit. When I was doing my physical trainings in the college, I was feeling it is such a waste of time. There is no point getting up in the morning and going around for such running and roaming around and doing some physical exercise when even the sun was not out. But once I went on board, I realized the importance. It gives you a mental stamina and you have that physical strength in you to work on board. As on board, the physical stress and the mental conditions are quite high that you have to be in. But in the training institute, you are trained for all of this. Once you go on board, you feel all the training and all the 4 years or 3 years of your college were worth it. So if you found this video a little bit useful, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. I will be also bringing a lot of videos related to the shipping sector and my life as a whole. So please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of the fun that we are going to have in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Bye and stay safe.